Good evening, everyone. My name is Naida Maritza Eslava Grimaldos. This course is Technology Teaching English as a Foreign Language. My tutor is Ricardo Hernandez. Today I'm going to talk about a topic that I choose for this activity, that is vocabulary. But in this case, I'm going to talk about one age that is very important to catch more easy vocabulary. I'm talking about 3, 4, 5 years old. In this case, I'm going to talk about 4 years old. For children, learn English vocabulary is one of the most difficult things for students, especially for children or youngers, because although they learn very easily, English is a new language for them, and therefore it is necessary to find strategies and methods for teaching new vocabulary in a new language, and it won't be boring, but on the contrary, they will love this language and learning will be much faster and easier. So I think sometimes if we teach vocabulary, in this case I'm going to talk about colors that looks like easy, but it is not, because you have to find many activities to do with your students, especially if they are kids, they are children. So I think it's very important to have many strategies or some tricks that are necessary for them. So I want to show you just one of them, not all of them, because there are many ways to teach vocabulary. The first one is listening and watching. Number 2 is use and repeat. 3 is flashcards. And 4, games. But let's talk about listening and watching. It is important for students putting on videos and CDs to stimulate in them the way in which a word is pronounced, and of course how to learn a new vocabulary. I put in here a video if you want to see it. It's going to be very interesting. It's about, I cannot open here, I don't know why, but it's about colors, and they repeat and they say the name, and you can see images, and it's very colorful. So this for kids is very special, it's very expecting. So for them it's going to be more easier to learn a vocabulary if they listen and they watch a video about the topic the teacher wants to teach to their students. The second one is use and repeat. So use and repeat words is another way for children to learn new words much easier. An example could be when the colors are tough. Color displays and is repeated several times until they recognize it when they see it and hear it. So for example, I have a color in my hand, so I'm going to tell to my students, my friends, what color is this? Or I can say the color if they don't know yet what color is this. So what color is this? If they say red, or I say this is red, repeat after me. Red, 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 freeze. Red, 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 freeze. Or now I can show them another color, in this case yellow. This is yellow. What color is this? Yellow, 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 freeze. And that is all. If they repeat again and again and again, and they are going to learn what color is that, watching and repeating. The number 3 is using flashcards. When introducing vocabulary to children, it's great to use real items that capture children's attention. However, it's not always possible or realistic for teachers to use real items in the classroom, as maybe if you have practice in a classroom, sometimes it's very difficult to find whatever you want to do with your students. So you have to find the way to make they learn a vocabulary. So the flashcards are, for me, are the best way they can learn a new vocabulary. So when we use flashcards or picture cards to introduce vocabulary in the classroom, this is interesting because we can try to create some suspense or mystery about the cards. Students are more receptive to learning when they are curious. Flashcards will help students be more invested and more likely to remember the words. I'm showing you here an example for some flashcards, and I think this is very interesting because in every picture, under the picture, there is a word. For example, the color orange. You can see under the word, under the picture, the word orange. But why? If they are only kids, maybe they don't know how to write, they don't know read yet, because they are going to learn. But I think it's very important if you put the word under the picture. Even they don't read, they are going to take a picture in their minds, and it's going to be more easy to learn a vocabulary, in this case, colors. And the last, for me, are games. And before the games, there are simple ideas to introduce and reveal language using flashcards. Like you can see a mystery box in this example. Mystery box. This is very simple, but you can make the students feel expecting what is inside in the box, and you can do what is here, what color do I have, and you can start to ask your students, Juanita, what color is in the box? And maybe she says blue, and let's see if that is blue. No, it's yellow. What color is in the box, Pedro? And Pedro says, teacher, red. And I can show him, and yes, it is red. And they are remembering what color I am showing them. There is another activity with the flashcards that you can do is, if you go, the eraser races. If you go through the picture cards that you are planning to introduce in class, identify the cards you think students are most likely to be familiar with. This activity consists in placing 2 of the colored cards on the floor at the front of the classroom. Divide the class into teams and have them line up, or you can make a circle if you want. You have to give the students at the front of the lines 1 eraser to each one. When the teacher calls out one of the cards, the 2 students race to put their erasers on the correct card. The first student to do that wins a point for his team. It's very interesting, and they are going to feel interested about this activity and to learn vocabulary. Now the last one is games, and for me it's my favorite. Games help the teacher to create contexts in which the language is useful and meaningful. The games can provide intense and meaningful practice of language. Then they must be regarded as central to teachers' repertoire. Games, I think they are very necessary and important to practice in class. Not maybe like in years ago when only you have to be stand on the board and writing, and your students have to sit on the chairs. So this is not working now. There are many advantages of using games in the classroom. So let's see one of them. First, games are welcome break from the usual routine of the language class, as I said. 2, they are motivating and challenging. 3, learning a language requires a great deal of effort. Games help students to make and sustain the effort of learning. 4, games provide language practice in the various skills, speaking, writing, listening, and reading. 5, they encourage students to interact and communicate. And 6, they create a meaningful context for language use. As you can see, in this part, I put a picture with the numbers, but you can put with colors, animals sees, animals, wild animals, sea animals, whatever you want to put. In this case, I put numbers, but as I was talking before about colors. So in number 1, you can put the number 1 and you can put the color. For example, 1 blue, 2 yellow, 3 red, 5 green, 4 white, 6 purple, like this. And you can say the color, and your student have to jump on the color that the teacher says. There is another way they can learn a vocabulary in English. So thank you very much for listening and watch this video. I hope you like it, and I hope you understand what I try to say. Thanks for watching.